in Santa Cruz? Why is it so expensive here? Well, I'm gonna walk you through a lot of the different reasons, but I'm gonna give you just kind of an overview of why Santa Cruz County is one of the most expensive areas in the whole nation, if not one of the most expensive in the world. Hi, I'm Michele Replogle with Compass. I've been working this real estate market here in Santa Cruz County for over 20 years, and I've been through ups, downs, flats, you name it, I've been through it. But overall, right now, what we're experiencing is very low inventory, and it's the number one reason for our high prices. Of course, the desirability of Santa Cruz and the amount of people that want to live here. So we have low inventory, high demand, and we have a lot of people that want to live here for a lot of different reasons. UCSC. Now, people always go, oh, the students, they take up a lot of housing, but don't forget the support staff, the professors, all the people that work to make that school go live here too. So there's the school demand. There's the tech workers from Santa Clara Valley, Silicon Valley, that for 40 minutes, they could come and live in one of the most beautiful places on the planet, right? So they will suffer that commute to live over here. Then we have the second homeowners. We have the vacation homeowners. Not as many as investors as we used to have, and that's because the prices are high, the inventory is low, and some of the numbers just don't pencil out. Does that sound too hard? I know. But I've got strategies. So, let's go over some of the strategies that I recommend. What this means for you as a buyer is bidding wars will happen on the most beautiful property in the best location. Count on at least another buyer being at the offering table with you, if not more. And don't get caught up in how many days on market that property has been on and assume that there isn't anybody else interested in that property. This is the actual number one mistake that buyers make in Santa Cruz County, is assuming, and I would say even agents, because it's happened to me, and I'll give you an example, but assuming that a property that's been on the market for a while, at least 20 days or more, that there isn't anybody else circling or ready to make a move is a big mistake. Always be prepared for another buyer to be competing with you at the offering table. That way, you're ready to go. Psych. You're like, okay, I know what I need to do to win, and I'm just going to assume that there's another offer there. Now, if there isn't, great. But I'll give you an example. So just 2 weeks ago, I had showed a property to a buyer, and we both looked at it online and went, 20 days on market. There's a good chance that house may be able to be purchased without a lot of drama, right? Without a lot of multiple offers, and not so. So I showed it, called the agent. She said, well, we have another offer in hand, right? Because it always happens that way. And then we have maybe another offer coming. Turns out the other one didn't show up. But there was someone else there who already had their offer on the table, which tends to favor the seller. Sellers usually like the first one in. They feel that one that stepped up first is usually the one that's most committed. But it was the same mistake that I even made, to be honest with you, but I should have known better, because in the last 2 years, every property, no matter how many days I've been on market, that the property's been on market, there was another buyer there. There was another offer coming, always another offer coming. So be prepared. Just understand that there's going to be other people. There is, again, low inventory, high demand. Waiting for a crash. Do not wait for a crash. Our market is so resilient. After the mortgage meltdown, our market just took off like a shot. About 2013, it went up and up and up and up and up, and our prices were low, so we had a lot of buyers jumping in and a lot of people purchasing. And then around 14, 15, 16, the economy got better. Things really, really started to get a lot better, and the demand went high. 2018, 2019, we saw a flat part of the market, but it was still up here. And then COVID shot it through the roof. And despite the high interest rates of the last year and a half, prices really did not go down. Our market just historically holds value. So I know that sounds tough, but I have some strategies for you. And in my next video, I am going to go through each step that you need to take as a buyer, a serious buyer here in Santa Cruz County, and really understand how our county works and some of the things that you can take away to help you be successful. 3 of the strategies I recommend, and I do on your behalf often, but I'll talk about them with you, is what does the seller want? So one offer, my buyer was successful in winning when there was 2 other offers. Turns out we were within thousands of dollars. I mean, like little tiny bits close. But one of the things that we had done is we asked the seller what they wanted. What were they really looking for? Because it's time or money. Turns out that seller wanted to stay in the property for 45 days. Now, my buyers were not crazy about this. This was not something that they wanted to do, but they wanted the house. The other one that I encountered, which was a little different, was the seller wanted to leave furniture there. They wanted to leave stuff there. Can we just drop the keys and go? Sold 2 houses like that in the last 2 years too. So what does the seller want? The other one is look in different areas. Everybody loves the west side of Santa Cruz. It's close to the ocean. It's close to Highway 17. It's close to downtown. But there are other areas. Santa Cruz is so diverse, so many different pockets. There's really, really nice places to live that may not be as competitive and may just be a little easier for your pocketbook, but you might actually be delighted by that area. The west side of Santa Cruz is very busy, and some are just a little quieter. I myself bought in Live Oak, the middle of town, when I came to buy a house because I could not afford the area that I really wanted. We lived there for 20 years. We did all right. Of course, we did move to where we wanted to go, but look around. The other is work with me and work with Compass. Compass is my company, has some great incentives and gifts for you really as a buyer and as a seller. One of them is private exclusive. And in private exclusive, that is a group of listings that are available only to Compass agents and Compass buyers. And I sold 2 already in 2025 this way. And what that does is it allows a buyer to see a property and kind of think about it, maybe go see it, do their due diligence, maybe look at inspections. Then when the home hits on the market, they're ready to go. They're going to be that first offer on the table, beating out that other one that was like, oh, I'm not going to get it, because you've got to be really, if you can, first, like a car race. You want to be there at the end. Sometimes buyer can make an offer on that private exclusive and the seller says that works for me, and they don't go on the multiple listing service, and there is no competition. It's really just you and the seller working out that sale. So of course, I recommend that you work with me. I have a market update report link for you below. I have the next video for you that gives you the step-by-step strategy. I have a calendar link below too. You can book a strategy call with me and we can get you into this market. I hope this helped you. If you have any questions or anything, please comment below. Let me know how I can help you. I'm here for you. Thanks.